This is Jura, one of the wildest and most majestic islands in the whole of Scotland. This amazing island, forming part of Scotland's Inner Hebrides, is about as wild and remote as they come. Just the way Ollie and I like it. So it was the perfect location for our final journey together. That is my idea of heaven. How are the white sanded beaches? I don't think it gets any better than that. Trek across Jura and you'll walk through a world shaped by time. Raised beaches like ancient scars above the sea. The west coast of Jura has some of the best examples in the whole world of raised beaches. You'll see waterfalls tumbling down from headed hills and isolated parallel white sand beaches nobody ever walks on. So I'm pleased I chose this place for our final adventure together. And what a place to share it. So this is my little lad, Ollie. This lovely little boy has been my best mate and my loyal companion for the past 11 years. And I'm his best mate and his dad, Michael. I'm starting to run out of superlatives for this place. It's absolutely amazing. We didn't come to this stunning island with the expectation this would be our last journey together. That heart-wrenching realisation came to me on the very last day, on the very last beach. And I can tell you something, the thought of that was like a stab in the heart. I'm a proper softie at heart, mate. I just love that little lad. Yeah. So this magnificent 60-mile journey takes us around Jura's remote and uninhabited north and west coast. And on this 5-day journey, we'll trek past spectacular tidal whirlpools, immerse ourselves in solitude and nature, and we'll occasionally cool ourselves off in idyllic bays and awesome waterfalls. And on this whole journey, we only came across one human.
He's having a great time.
Ah, he is. Now he's found another human. Thanks, pal. Lovely to meet you. Well, pal, this lovely couple who I saw early doors. With this lovely couple here. First couple I've seen on the whole journey. But there'll be plenty of wildlife. 2 kids, goat and a red deer. Nice little family of them. We'll spend cosy nights in old bothies and camp under the stars on powder white sand beaches and spectacular sea cliffs, ending our amazing nights with sunset after sunset to die for. So this isn't just a journey around Jura, it's a heartfelt tribute to my little lad and my faithful friend. So please come and join me, my little lad, on our final journey together around the absolutely stunning wild island of Jura. It's absolutely magnificent. I can't see anything else about it. I'm gonna get vexed with that. That'll be out. Shouldn't have any dinner. So this is our final journey together, and we hope you all enjoy it. Are you feeling better after your adventures? Hello everyone. You've just caught us giving me a little lad a pet there. This is Ollie. For anybody who doesn't already know him, he's just had a fantastic adventure with his dad on the north and the west coast of Jura. And when I looked at Jura, I'm looking for remote places effectively, and Jura ticks all the boxes there. When I was on Isla, I thought that was remote, and there was 3,000 people living on Isla, and Jura's a similar size island, and there's only a couple of hundred residents. In terms of the island size, it's a similar size island, so there's actually virtually no people on it. They're all on the east coast anyway. So the north and the west coast, where I've just backpacked around, it's uninhabited, and effectively I just followed deer tracks because there's no pass on the island. I just effectively followed deer tracks all the way around. Came across some fantastic beaches, some fantastic bothies, loads and loads of wildlife, golden eagles, I saw otters, I saw dolphins, I saw hundreds of wild goats with huge horns on them. Absolutely fabulous it's been. It's effectively a 5-day journey, and I started at Loch Tarbert and left my van there for supplies, and got the bus up for 5 miles to the top of the road on the east side, then walked past firstly a place called Barhnill, which is a place where George Orwell actually wrote his 1984 novel. And then I carried on from there, went up to the 3rd biggest whirlpool in the world, which is the Corryvreckan Whirlpools. I've got some great footage on that place. I'm carrying a drone with us, and I'm carrying my GoPro, so I've got some fantastic footage. So it was quite dramatic, that. And then I camped the first night at the Bay of Pigs, which I found this little small isolated beach on the Bay of Pigs. It's absolutely fantastic place to camp. And effectively after that I went down to down the 7 mile down the remote coast, and it was stayed at a bothy there called Glengarrisdale Bothy, which was had that place to myself. Got a nice rest there, and then carried on further down the west coast effectively for the whole journey, and then end up back to where I started at Loch Tarbert. I got a bit emotional at the end of the journey. You'll see that when it comes on. Ollie, my little dog who's just left there, he's 11-year-old now, and he goes everywhere with us. And I wasn't sure at the start whether he was going to make it round at that distance, because effectively he's a dog, he runs 3-4 times the distance there I travel. And anyway, he did start to struggle towards the end, so I got quite emotional, thinking that's going to be the last time that he'll come on a journey like this with us. But there's always the 1 and 2 day journey, so I've sort of pulled myself together a bit now on that one, and accepted the fact that he's getting on a bit. And he's 11-year-old, he's getting on a bit. He can't do everything that he could do a few years ago. I'll stop waffling on now, and I'll crack on with day 1, and I'll catch you later. So I started this fantastic journey from my hometown in northeast England, travelling the very scenic 260 miles to the west coast of Scotland. Sweet Maria waits for me. There's a church bell ringing. Hear the song of joy that it's singing for the sweet Maria. And the guy who's coming to see her. So after a bloody good sing-along, I eventually arrived at the lovely Craigness Point, where I'd spend my first night admiring the views on this lovely old pier and staying the night in my van. What an absolutely cracking first night, capped off nicely with this fantastic sunset overlooking Jura and Scarborough. One of many sunsets to come. don't you just love Scotland?
So the second part of this long journey to Jura involves 4 stages. The first stage being a 40-mile scenic drive to Kenneth Craig on the Mull of Kintyre. Once arriving at Kenneth Craig, this long journey continues via ferry on a lovely 30-mile journey to Port of Skeig on the Isle of Islay. Stages 3 and 4 involves a short ferry hop from Islay to Jura, followed by a 20-mile drive on the east coast road of Jura, finally reaching Loch Tarbert, the strategic location from a trek start.
Smith and Pocahontas had a very mad affair. When her daddy tried to kill him, she said, "Daddy, oh, don't you dare give me fever."
Oh, you found a ball, have you? Oh, right. We'll throw the ball for you then. Yeah, you ready? Go on then. Welcome back. So I've managed to get myself onto Jura, which was a nice bonus today. I wasn't actually sure whether I'll actually get there, and I've driven up now to this place called Loch Tarbert, which is where I've plonked my van for the next 2 or 3 days, and I'm going to camp out at night in my van. It's a great little spot I found, and I'll just leave my van here for 3 or 4 days, and hopefully that works a treat. So when I get up tomorrow morning, I'm planning on catching the bus, walking up this track here. I've just come down it's about 1 kilometre down this rough track. It takes us back onto the road, and there's a bus service goes up and down the east side. So I'm going to take opportunity and get the bus tomorrow morning, just flag the bus driver down, and get up to the furthest point on the road, and then start my trek from there. And I think I've got about a 12-mile journey from that point to get to the north side of Jura, which is where the Corryvreckan Whirlpools are. So I'm looking forward to that tomorrow, and but I'm looking forward to the night as well, because it's the last night in my van until 2 or 3 days. So I'll pack my rucksack, admire this beautiful view I've got, and hopefully enjoy the evening, and I'll catch you in the morning. This is what you call peace itself. Absolutely stunning.
So after leaving me van at Loch Tarbert, my first day's trekking on Jura starts with a half-mile hike to the top of the dirt track road, where I'd catch the local bus, taking me a further 5 miles north to the end of the public road to Ardlusa, the starting point for this magnificent 5-day trek. I would then hike a further 8 miles along a 4-wheel drive track to the lovely remote cottage of Barhnill, the infamous location for the writing of George Orwell's best-selling novel 1984. From here, the going gets a lot wilder, following only deer tracks to the north of the island to view the magnificent natural spectacle that is the Corryvreckan Whirlpools. I then continue further around this remote and rugged coast, eventually arriving at the absolutely stunning Bay of Pigs, where I'd spend my first night while camping on this absolutely stunning beach. Ending a wonderful first day with a few drams too many.
Well, it's not the best start of the trip. I'll deal with that when I get back. I've got the old emergency tyre fix if I need it, and I've also got a good spare there. So good morning, and I'm just the start of my journey now. So I've just caught the bus up to a place called Ardlusa, and that was handy because it was a 5-mile journey on just tarmac road. So that bus journey's helped us immensely. So that saved me a good couple hours this morning. So today I'm headed up to camp, wild camp up on the north of the island, which is about a 12-mile journey in total. Most of the journey it's on logging tracks really. I've got a little bit going through this estate at the moment where it's quite pleasant and it's just tarmac roads, but this goes on for about 3 miles. Then it hits what looks like a rough logging track. That logging track comes to an end at a place called Barhnill, which is the place where George Orwell actually wrote his 1984 novel. So once I get to Barhnill, then the going should get a bit rougher then, and I'm going to head up to the top of the island, camp somewhere up there near the Corryvreckan Whirlpools overlooking those. So that should be quite a spectacular place to be at tonight, and the weather's looking decent, so hopefully all the 6 days is like this. This will be gorgeous. And I'm sitting at a place at Ardlusa at the minute. It's a little private estate that you walk through, and it's a quite nice little spot. It's sitting, I'll just jump up here. It's sitting on a nice bay, so you can see it's quite nice, and Ollie's just down there messing around on the beach. I'm going to head off now and crack on with this journey, and we'll catch up with you shortly. Nice little state bridge. A little bit monotonous this road, but it's fast. So there's the first view of Barhnill, where George Orwell wrote the famous novel 1984. So I've just met up with this lovely couple here First couple I've seen on my whole journey for the last 6 or 7 mile anyway, and it's probably the last ones I'm going to see for the next 30 mile, I would say. And they've just been to the Corryvreckan Whirlpool, and it's this is Ali from Kent, and Luke, who's actually from Cumbria.
Oh yeah.
So pleased to meet you.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you,
And,
Michael.
nice to see you, and I'll catch up with you some other time.
You will
Enjoy
indeed.
your walk.
Safe
Cheers, thank you.
travels.
Bye.
Take
Bye now.
care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
So I've reached the famous Barhnill farmhouse, which famously George Orwell stayed here for 3 years, writing his novel 1984. And it's a beautiful spot. You can see why he wanted this solitude. And he rented the place between 1946 and 1949, wrote his novel, and then it became a famous novel after that. And then he left the island, and unfortunately George died in 1950, the following year, so never returned. But I've just been talking to the lovely gentleman who's staying here at the moment, and he's given us permission to sort of film this on his land. He's just cleaning his windows out the back, but it's a lovely spot. You can see why George chose it. I'm going to crack on now, get a bit bite to eat, and I'll catch you later on. Nice little shepherd's hut here. This has got to be the most remote place on the whole of the island up here, and it looks like they rent this place out because there's a little log burn. I've just had a look inside there, and it's a little facilities for cooking in and sitting in and probably sleeping. It's got a toilet and everything, so it's a nice little place. And there's a little sign here saying Corryvreckan 2 miles. And you can just sort of see down there now the start of the Corryvreckan Whirlpool starting to eddy up there now. The tide's actually on its flood at the minute. High tide's about 12 o'clock. It's about 1 o'clock now, so it's just starting to flood. By the time I get there, it should be quite spectacular. It's halfway between the state of the tides. So the waters are a lot tougher now. This is a little track that people have just been using to get to the Corryvreckan, so it'll get a bit rougher than this later on once I get past the Corryvreckan itself. There's actually an eagle just taking off. Hopefully comes over the top of us now. There she is. There she is. Now it's on top of the hill again. It's actually a golden eagle, just have your binos on it. It's a beauty as well. Hopefully it comes a bit further over so I can get a better footage of it. This looks promising for a camp down there. It looks lovely. So that's the Corryvreckan. So it's been pretty rough going for the last hour or so. But if I can get to this crack down here, that's where I'm going to head. And then looks like some nice camping spots over there, overlooking the Corryvreckan, but I might decide to go a bit further around, yet wait and see. But I'm starting to think about looking for campsites now. I think I've done about 12 or 13 miles now. So we'll see where we end up. Just sitting admiring the view at the moment on the Gulf of Corryvreckan. What a beautiful day. When I came over the tops of those hills there, I could hear the main whirlpool roaring. It's the Corryvreckan whirlpool is actually the third biggest whirlpool apparently in the world. Third only to a couple of whirlpools that's up in northern Norway. So we're quite lucky to have this on our doorstep. And it's about a kilometre across this Gulf of Corryvreckan channel, and it goes between the northern tip of Jura and Scarborough, which is just straight over there, and straight behind us there. I don't know if you can see it there, but you'll see it on the footage. But there's some white water there, and you actually get standing waves here. It's caused by the outgoing or the incoming tide. It comes past a big pinnacle. There's under the ground, under the water, there's a big hole about 70 metres deep, and there's a pillar comes up from that hole to about 30 metres off the surface. I know this through my diving days. I used to scuba dive around this area years ago, and it's a notorious place, and I never actually scuba dived here. It's far too dangerous. But there's one a little bit further up called the Great Dogs also, and I've been around there, and that's actually between Scarborough and Lunga, and that one is classed as being unnavigable by the Royal Navy. And contrary to popular belief, the Corryvreckan itself is navigable. It's that wide, boats can pass through it. In fact, while I've been sitting here, there's been 2 or 3 vessels going past. As long as you avoid that main whirlpool, I suppose everything's be fine. But it's absolutely a stunning spot to be, and I've found a nice campsite here, but it's only 3:30 in the afternoon, so I'm a bit reluctant to stay here. I think I'd rather push on a little bit further around the coast and find another spot. Hopefully I'll find a nice one further around also. So I'm gonna have a bit chill out now, and then I'm gonna put my rucksack back on and probably get another hour or 2 done, and get a little bit further around west, and gives us a bit less to do tomorrow, because the going's a bit rough. Come on, son. Good lad. Absolutely stunning. Nice beach start and camp on. There's actually another one further over. So that's what you call idyllic. That's what it looks like to me. Could be anywhere in the world, that, and you're in Scotland. Absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, this beach. So I've decided on a camp spot, and it's that beach that I've just showed you there. Absolutely stunning spot. And I've done 12.5 miles. Leaves us a little bit more to do tomorrow, but we'll just crack on a bit earlier tomorrow and get it sorted. So I've had a fantastic journey today. It's a bit monotonous earlier on that. I mean, I'm pleased I got that bus, but then it was about, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles of monotonous track really, which I sort of half expected. I'd read quite a bit about the journey, and I sort of knew that was going to be the case. But this last little bit, once I got the Corryvreckan, this last little bit round this side on the west side, which you'd expect, absolutely stunning. And if this is what's to come, then I'm going to have a fantastic journey here. Hasn't been too rough going at the minute. I'm here in May at the moment, early May, to try and avoid the majority of the midgie season, and I've noticed that the bracken's just starting to pull through there now, so hopefully I'm going to avoid all the bracken on my journey. And I'm quite fortunate in the fact that low tide's midday as well, so when I can get the opportunity to hug around on the coast and cross across some beaches and raised beaches and stuff, I will do. So that's helping us a little bit for the journey. But I'm going to camp myself here and enjoy this beautiful beach. I'm sure Ollie will enjoy it as well. He's just sitting there. I think you can just see him behind there. He's you're tired, aren't you, son? You're tired now? I knew you would be, running about all over the place he was. So he'll have a good nice rest here. It's a lovely grassy spot and a lovely little beach. Most of the beach will get covered when the tide comes in, but it's a gorgeous spot, and I've got a nice little grassy spot here to put my tent up on. So I'm going to put my tent up now and relax for the rest of the evening. But I thought what I would do while I was here is before I unpack my rucksack, a lot of people have asked, what do you take with you? Well, it depends on the journey, but in this particular case, I've got what I need. I've got about 3-4 days worth of food and all my camping equipment. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, then I'll show you what's in this rucksack. It's like, how much can one man get in a rucksack? But if you're not interested in it, then you can obviously just skip this part of the video. It'll only be 5 or 10 minutes, but some people are interested in what I carry, and I can, so I'm going to talk you through that now. So firstly, I've got a 48 litre Osprey Exos rucksack. They do a 38, a 48 and a 58. I've actually got a 38 for a smaller journey, but I find this one, it weighs 1 kilogram. It's got plenty of functionality, and it's quite comfortable on the straps, even though it's lightweight and only weighs 1 kilogram. Loads of functionality, and I find it's enough to get everything I need in. I've invested quite heavily over the years in lightweight stuff, because I know the importance of that. You pay a little bit extra for it, but by God, it makes a difference when you're trekking long distances. So I'll unpack this bag now and I'll show you what I've carried with us this time. So in the top of the rucksack, I've got a big dry bag. It's actually made out of denim and the same as my tent. And this is a huge dry bag, and I always take this with us, and I keep all my food in here. So everything I carry, dehydrated stuff, it's in there. That's 3 days worth of food in there, and there's plenty of it as well. So a dry bag's excellent for that sort of stuff. So I've got that. I've also got, which is extremely important, I've just been using it there when I've just been filming. It's a solar panel, and it unwraps right out. It's actually huge, this thing, and that allows us to charge up all my electronics equipment I've got. I've also got a power bank as well, but they're great. They're quite a weight, but when you're doing films like this, you need plenty of footage. The last thing you want to do is to get and run out of battery power. So I'm prepared to carry that weight. It weighs about, it's about a kilogram, 1.2 or something like that. So yeah, that's coming valuable as well for these sort of journeys. I've also got another little, all Dyneema dry bags I've got. They're the lightest weight you can get. I paid quite a bit of money for these, but I know dry bags are not heavy, but these Dyneema ones are excellent. And inside here I've got various leads and an actually fully charged power bank as well. So again, for my electronics, which is important to us. It's actually a lot of my weight, that. Then in here I've got a drone. So it's a little Mini 2 drone, which is the lightest drone you can get. And inside there I've got 6 sets of batteries, a drone and the controller. So they're all fully charged up as well. I've just flown it there, and I've just charged the other one up with that power bank. I've got a little charger for me GoPro batteries, and also if I really wanted later on, I've got a little MP3 and a little speaker system. I might put that on later on and enjoy a bit of music. So that's my drone. So that's all my electronics, and that's all my food, and that's quite a large part, of course, the GoPro I'm filming with. So inside here I've got just a normal fleece. That's all I carry, just one fleece. I've also got a standard small lightweight puffer jacket. That comes in handy if it gets a bit nippy. So I've got that, and I've got that in terms of thermals, and of course I can use me quilt as well if I really get cold. I've got a billy can in here, titanium billy can with a little sponge. That's in there, and that's a handy one because you can both you can cook it like that, or you can hang it over the fire if you need to. So inside here I've also got a Heron's carrier bag, and that's Ollie's food. In this little kit, this one here, these are excellent. This is a dry bag which I put all of me warm equipment, or me dry equipment that I want to keep, like any socks, any underpants, any fleeces. I keep me quilt in here, all my sleeping equipment, my pillow, everything. Good thing about these is I've got you'll see it shortly, I've got an X-Bed sleeping bag and an X-Bed sleeping mat. And this comes with the X-Bed, and this allows it to blow it up. It's got a little valve on the end of here. but I find it's really handy because you can cinch it down nice and small. With having a valve on, you can sort of vacuum it right in and it fits nice in your bag. And inside here, like I said earlier, I keep all of me warm stuff in there, all of my sleeping equipment. So I'll just get that out and show you what I've got. So in here, Thermarest quilt, weighs about 500 grams, warm as toast for this sort of weather. That's what I use. I have that, and I also have a little very lightweight silk sleeping bag liner. That just keeps your sleeping bag clean and tidy. One pair of underpants, I'll not dwell on them too much. A little blow up Namor pillow, that's excellent as well, gives you a good night's sleep. And then, as I mentioned earlier, I've got this Sign Technology X-Bed. This is supposed to be the warmest, driest, the warmest and lightest sleeping mats you can get, and I find it really excellent. It's the second one I've had. So that's what's in there. That's out of the bag. I've got a pair of Crocs here for obvious reasons, so I can get my boots off tonight and have a bit of water on the beach and clamber on any rocks and maybe go for a swim or something. Saves cutting your feet. I've got them. I haven't actually brought any gas or a stove this time. I thought it's going to be nice and dry, so I brought a Kelly kettle. And the Kelly kettle, they're excellent devices, but you're sort of self-supported with it. Inside here, it's essentially a water boiler. You'll see that working shortly. I'll be demonstrating that later on at some point. But you fill this little base up here. That little base, you fill that with sticks. It's got a little hole in there, a couple of holes in there to feed it, and you put that on top of the fire. And it's got a chimney inside of it, and it's got a little whistle on the side and a little pourer and a little chain to get a hold of it so you can tip it and pour it. And when you light your sticks, it acts as like a chimney, and there's a water vessel inside here, and basically the chimney coming up through the middle, that heats the water up. Pretty efficient, and it saves the fact that you haven't got to carry any gas with you either. So that's handy. To go alongside that, I've paid for, this is an accessory, when I find it. This is an accessory. This is called a hobo stove, and that goes on top of that base where you put your fire, and acts as like a little pan stove. If you want to just warm something up, you can keep feeding the flames, keep feeding the sticks into there, and it acts as like a little small fire, and that's excellent. That's an accessory for the Kelly kettle. What else have I got? Inside there I carry little Vaseline cotton wool balls. So basically it's a cotton wool ball with a tablespoonful of Vaseline in that, and I think I've got about 30 in there. And they take a spark as well. You don't need a flame for that, so I can light that if I want to without a lighter. And they take a spark, and you only need one of them, and they're extremely light, really burn for about 3 or 4 minutes, enough to get a fire away. And I use that for my Kelly kettle to get the sticks off, and the lightweight, that's important. What else have I got? I've got a roll mat. That roll mat there sticks on the outside of me 48 litre rucksack, and inside here I've got the main man here. This is a super lightweight Denema tent. It's a one-man tent, but it's twin walled, and it only weighs 600 grams. I think I've showed it on a couple of videos previously. But this is a tarp tent notch Li, and I find it's an excellent tent. It needs 4 pegs really. I tend to use about 8, but you can get away with 4. And you don't have any poles with this. You utilise your walking sticks, and that acts as the stiffeners for the actual tent. I'll show you that later on. But inside here I've got about 12 pegs, and I purchased some super lightweight pegs as well. Tarp tent give you some lightweight ones, but I actually purchased some they're made of carbon fibre, me pegs, and you might not think that's much, but when you're carrying for miles and miles and miles, carrying steel pegs, aluminium pegs, adds about another 10 10-15 grams per peg, so it all adds up. So they're inside there as well. What else have I got? My trusty cup, Euro hike cup. I've had it for years. You get quite sentimental about these things, and that's my Euro hike cup. I use that inside here in these little, oh, that's super important for later on. That's a titanium flask, and it's full of, you guessed it, whiskey. And no, it's not Jura whiskey. It's Jack Daniels, one of my favourite tipples. So I'm going to enjoy a couple of jars of that tonight, watching this sun go down. Of course, that gets light the more you drink. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I might have half it gone by tomorrow. I might have it all gone. I might have a little bit left. But the more I drink, the lighter my journey will be tomorrow. Right, inside here, in one of these little side pouches, I've got my wash kit inside here. I've just got a towel. I've just got a small fibre towel, some toothpaste, a toothbrush, and some little soap shampoos and soaps. They're just like a wafer thin thing. Absolutely brilliant. Really lightweight. And my little fibre towel there as well. And that's all I carry in terms of that. Weighs about, I don't know, 300 grams or something. That's my wash kit. That roll mat acts as a little mat for Ollie on a night time. It's nice to sit on the rocks or something, so it's a nice thermal mat. And always, if your mat goes down, then of course that helps you as well, because it gives you something to lie on. Inside here, I've got my water vessel. Not much left in it now, but there's actually a stream run down here. One of the reasons I chose this site is because there's actually a stream runs from the top of here, runs onto the beach. So I'll be filling up shortly with water, so that's quite good. A lightweight Gore-Tex Montane waterproof jacket. I contemplated not bringing this actually, but you never know. We are in Scotland at the end of the day, and you never know. The forecast's really excellent, so I might be carrying this in vain. And that's about it, barring what's in the top. So in the top of the bag, I've got all kinds of little bits and pieces in there. Head torch, a little knife, got a water filter kit for when I'm getting water out of the streams, in case there's any deer or something being dead in any kind of animals in the streams. You could potentially give yourself some problems. So this is a water filter I use. Always use that. I've got a little plastic spoon, spork, some fantastic Tui balms. I got that in New Zealand when I was there, and it's an excellent mosquito midgie repellent. They use it down in New Zealand, made locally for the sandflies that's down there. And I've had that a couple of years, and I find that excellent when you're in Scotland. I have a buff, keeps the midges off, keeps the sun off, all round, good in all kinds of weathers. If it's windy, handy for that as well. I have a little hat, a little sun hat, if I need to use that, and that keeps that helps us to keep the midges off when I go inside there. I've got a foil blanket just for emergencies, and inside here some sweets. Inside this little pocket I've got a little Dyneema bag first aid kit. Obviously you needed that if you have any blisters, or you get a plaster, or you get a cut, or headaches, or Vaseline and stuff like that in there as well, and paracetamol, all the usual sort of stuff. Toilet paper, essentially in Scotland, mosquito net. That goes lovely with this hat, just keeps it off your face, brilliant. And then I've got a little sparker. I've got a lighter with us as well, but sometimes it's nice to use a little sparker just for nostalgia reasons. And that's a bit about it. And there's one more thing I've missed, which is absolutely essential. A lot of people come wild camping and they don't respect the land very much. And you walk about and you see people's faces all over the place, and old toilet paper lying where they've been going to the usual spots when they go wild camping. And I always carry a little plastic trowel with me, and I try and dig as deep a hole as I possibly can. So I call that my toilet, and you need one of them when you're out wild camping. And it's only lightweight, and wrapped around that on the handle I've got some duct tape. You never know, duct tape's a really versatile, useful piece of kit. So I wrap that around the handle, doesn't take any space up, and it's there if I need, if I want to join something together. So that's quite handy. And that's about it. I'm going to put my tent and stuff up now and get myself settled, take my boots off, get all my kit together, have a bit bite to eat. I might catch you later on, I might not, but certainly I'll be taking some nice footage of this fantastic place, and if not, I'll catch you in the morning. Come on. Come on then. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, thanks. What a place for a first night's camping. Absolutely fantastic tonight. So I'm going to catch a bit sleep now and I'll see you in the morning. Enjoy this sunset. Had a few too many jars last night, but what a day, what a place. Just to point out the J for the observant ones. Had a few too many jars last night, but like I said yesterday, the more you drink, the lighter it is the next day. So I've got a bit of a headache, but I'm sure I'll work that one off shortly. So I actually consumed nearly about 2/3 of a bottle of whiskey last night, so I'll have to take it easy for the next couple of days. I've got no choice because I'll probably drink the whole lot tonight. But such a fantastic place this, I couldn't resist. I got myself a little bit carried away. For those observant ones of you, you'll have also noticed the J was round the wrong way. That might have been something to do with the alcohol, but I realised it late last night and corrected that one. So I'll show you a bit footage of that this morning where it's been corrected, but never mind. The footage still should look fantastic. So today I'm headed off now around this coast here, just hugging the west coast. Like I've already mentioned a couple of days ago when I was talking to you, I'm just hugging the coast all the way around. And this area here is probably going to be a little bit heavier going than it was certainly yesterday, but should be a lot more interest. There's according to the maps, there's loads of caves and natural arches and raised beaches. They also pass a Bothy, Glengarrisdale Bothy I pass on the way around. Should get there about dinner time. I'm not planning on staying there, but I'll have a look in it, and hopefully I get a bit further down and go on a raised beach somewhere and get a nice campsite for tonight. So I'm going to head off now and see how this day goes and see what pans out. But if yesterday is anything to go by, I think I'm really looking forward to this one. So I'll catch you later. Left it just the way I found it. So Ollie plays this little hiding game. He does this all the way around my walk, keeps us entertained. All the time I've been filming there, he's just been hiding behind this little bit of sniping, aren't you? Sniping behind this piece of grass that he wants to hide behind, so he thinks I'll not see him. Aren't you? You're daft, aren't you? You, come on, let's go. I've come across this skeleton here. Looks like a red deer to me. Been there a long time. Well decomposed. I don't want to leave this place, but I'm sure there'll be many more to come on this journey. Canny little cave, just a small one. Somebody's had a bit of a barbecue at the charcoal, so there's been humans here, and that's a view you would have if you were camping here. So this is the next bay around. There's 4 Canadian geese there just paddling about. Looks like a nice enough spot. I had a camp here, it would have been alright last night and all. I've just noticed a herd of wild goats just on the top of the pinnacle there, right in the middle of the screen, just looking down on us. About there's a good dozen up there. A load of feathers off it. Looks like a Canadian goose. I don't know what sort of thing would do that around here. It's either been a dog that's been with somebody, or it's been a golden eagle. There's no remains or no skulls or anything left. Best guess is a golden eagle knocked it. Another cave here, bigger one. Somebody's built a shelter. It's probably a sheep pen or a goat pen or something. We'll have a look, see what's in. A dead goat, well he is. Come on. Poor thing, nice horns on it. In a bad state now though. You don't want to smell it either. See what's all the top of here. See what we're up against. Oh, another bear. Another example of how powerful that Corryvreckan system is. The tide's on the ebb at the minute, so it's flowing into the channel from the west, and you can see it around that little small island there, causing virtual sea standing waves. There's a lot of power in that sea there. So that's the trail running up there, and that's the probably the final glimpse of the Corryvreckan we'll get. Interesting terrain. Another nice bay. Looks like I can get all the way around there as well. So I'm following these deer tracks at the minute, and proving to be okay. It's a bit technical on occasions, but doing alright. There's another little sail in the bay there, just in the centre of the picture there now. You might be able to see a little grey dot. He's come over to see us, so I'll go and see him, see if he moves or whether he stays. He's having a good look at us. Lovely. Go in. Go on. Good lad. Another nice set of beers here. And then if you just look further over towards that point, that's Glengarrisdale where the Bothy is. So I've got to negotiate this bit headland here first. Probably take about an hour and a half to get there from here, I would say. Poor Red Day has had its days. Another beautiful idyllic beach. There's a gentleman over there on his yacht. He's actually out in the water at the moment on his little lawn boat. There's a wild goat on that ridge there, just on the tip. There's off. Another little colony of sails here. Lovely little idyllic spot they've got. There's a one coming over, and there's a one basking on the rock over the other side. And there's a one just sitting in the front of the beach there, just being curious. Wondering what I'm doing. There they are, they're still there. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. What a day, what a place. So I've had a nice cool off and I'm going to head on my tracks now. I'll catch you later. So there's Glengarrisdale Bothy, sitting nicely perched in Glengarrisdale Bay. It's a nice little spot for a bothy to be in. So I've reached Glengarrisdale Bay. Lovely little spot. Tide's out now. The legs is tired. I think it's too much alcohol last night. Your own fault. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have a rest when I get here and see how it pans out. I might end up staying here if I feel like it, or I might carry on a bit further, but we'll see. But my legs has been tired. I went in for a bit of a dip in the water there before, try and sort myself out, but I'm still tired. Too much whiskey. Never mind, I am on Jura, and I'll catch you when I get to the Bothy. Nice looking building. You can see it's on the seaside. See if there's anybody in it. Bit perfect mush. Leave that to settle for 5. Mix with a bit jerky and a bit chorizo. A little bit salt and pepper should be lovely. That's what you call a sharp knife. You do. Not to be on air, like, yeah? Not to be on air with your dad, yeah? Yeah, how then? Oh, then soften. Oh, then. That's it. You can lie there, Knowles. That's it. Oh. I've just been watching about a 12 strong herd of wild goats on the mountainside there, so that's been interesting to watch. So I've decided to stay at Glengarrisdale Bothy tonight. I got here a couple of hours ago and my legs were tired at the time. I had a bite to eat and had a bit of lie down. Decided when I got up that I was going to stay here. I just thought, you know, get yourself some rest, Michael, and push on a bit further tomorrow. So there's a place down south of here, about, I think it's called Cyan Beer Bay. Looking at the maps there, it looks like it's about 12 miles away, so it looks like a nice, again, like hopefully a nice idyllic beach tomorrow night. I'll be there. 12 miles should be quite achievable, so I'm looking forward to getting down there, but I'm also looking forward to my rest tonight in this nice bothy we've got, and get a nice chill out. And we're only one here, there's nobody else here, just me and Ollie, so hopefully have a good time. I'll pop down the beach later on and show you some footage of try and get the sun setting and stuff, and put that at the end of the video. That'll be nice to see. Hopefully I get it. It's overlooking Mull down here, so hopefully I got a nice shot of that. Today's been a canny day though. It's been good in terms of the terrain. I've only done 7 miles, but the north side especially was really beautiful. Loads of little bays and stuff you'll see when I went in for a bit of a dip there as well. The latter half coming around this little headland here at the back, that was a bit harder, and it was a bit more technical. I was scrambling up the side of mountains and stuff, and quite long tussock grass and lumps and bumps as you get in them, and also loads of quite high bracken, so took a bit negotiating around, but we got here eventually. So me and Ollie settled now, and gonna hopefully enjoy this sunset, and I'll catch you in the morning. Well, that was another fantastic day on Jura. I hope you've all enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the morning.
One word for this day: magnificent. Out of all my days on Jura, this one will live long in the memory. So after leaving this lovely bothy behind, I head off on what turned out to be an absolutely fantastic day's hiking through pure Scottish Highland wilderness, full of caves, natural arches and amazing raised beaches. I also on this journey headed inland to visit some of the many freshwater lochans that exist on this stunning island. And the beaches. These powder white sand beaches, isolated on the west coast, are absolutely gorgeous. So this incredible day's hiking was topped off nicely with a fantastic night's camping on this magnificent beach.
It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely magnificent. I cannot say anything else about it. I think that's boiled. Me rice up. Me rice and me pasta. So good morning, and I woke up this morning feeling fresh as paint. No alcohol whatsoever. Still got that whiskey left. I'll probably drink that and I can be rough again tomorrow. But I had a great night last night. Hopefully I enjoyed the sunset. I said last night I'm going to probably plan on staying at I think it's Sheehan or Sheehan Bay. It looks like a nice place. Hopefully I make it to there. If I don't, I don't. There's a nice bay before then, which is about halfway around. It's about 6 or 7 miles. I might actually end up staying there, but it's nice. Because I've decided last night, because I've had a slow day yesterday, I'm probably going to miss out doing the Paps of Jura. I think it'll be too much of a push, given the conditions here are lovely, and I just want to enjoy it. And I don't want to push on to the Paps of Jura. That can wait for another day. But I'm in a good mood this morning. Hopefully have a good day, much better than yesterday's episode of drunkenness. That's what that was, and roughness. So I don't want to feel like that when I'm on these journeys. So I learned a bit about that. Hopefully, probably not learn my lesson, but can you hear that? Just birds singing. I'll catch you later. So I'm all ready for the off now, and I thought before I go, for you people who've never seen a bothy, then I thought I'd show you this is typical of what you get in a bothy, but this is actually quite a nice one. And you get a little room at the back of here, which is a worker's room. You get people in coming over here and spend time doing the bothy up. It's a place where you could put your wet gear, I suppose, and hang them up there, and there's plenty of hooks and stuff on the walls. And that's what you've got. Saws there for obviously chopping wood up and sawing wood up for the fire. And then there's 2 rooms in this bothy. You've got little bits of information on the walls, fire extinguisher, and a couple of bits of maps and some general guidance on how to treat the bothy. This is the room I had the fire in last night. Plenty of sleeping facilities here. Bits of books up there, plenty of seats, tarpaulin there if you ever need that. There's a sleeping mat up on the top there people have left, and you get people leaving things. I've left the fire for somebody. The kind gentleman before me left the fire for us, so I've reciprocated that and left the fire for the next people. This is the other room. I slept in here with Ollie. Plenty of seats and stuff, little lanterns. It's got a bit of a theme of the nautical theme going on in this place, as you can see. Over here you've got some pots and pans and all kinds of useful bits and pieces. So that's typical of a bothy. Head off now, see what this day brings. Are we going? Is that mean yes? There you tracks, there you hoof pins all the way of this track out of the bothy. And lo and behold, there's probably 2 of them that I've come up without this morning. So this is that tussock ground I talked about, all hills and holes. You got to watch your ankles and your knees when you're in this stuff. And sometimes you just got to bash your way through it. But it's been alright so far anyway. Another couple of mountain goats just sitting on the rock side there, right in the centre of the screen. A seal, that's sadly come to its end of its life. I got a whiff of something downwind, so didn't take very long to find it. That's the headland. We sort of just come through that crack there. Missed that headland out. I knew that would be just a waste of time going round. And there's a couple of mountain goats on the side following us around. And they are running over the grass. There's off. There's off. My best guess is that Otter's had a nice evening meal. Left that lobster tail, and that's it. Another absolutely gorgeous beer. So I know I can get round that little bit. So I've had a look when I was on the peninsula there. I can get round that corner and a little bit further round, then I'll make a decision. I might have to clamber over the tops again, but I'm definitely going to go along that side there and see what I come across there. So when you're on long distance journeys like this, clearly water is important, especially when it's as hot as it is today. So obviously we need about these sort of conditions, you need about 3 to 4 litres of water to last you through a day like this. It's very important to take advantage of it. This looks like a really nice one, so I thought I'd stop here and get some water. I always check on the map to see where the next water source is and get the appropriate amount of water to last until I get to that next one. But this one's a good one, so I'm going to take advantage of this one and get some more. Should be nice. And that's all it takes, just a litre of water out of a nice stream like that. Should be absolutely delicious, just nice and cold. Delicious. Doesn't get any better than that. So that's the bay down there. I just got my water in. Those cliffs in the distance where Ollie and I scrambled over the top of. So look at that cave and natural arch. And what's in the cave? My best guess here is all the mountain goats that's here. They must be taking shelter in these caves overnight, because if you look at the floor, I would say it's goats. So I've got a decision to make now. I've got this lovely bay down here I can walk round, but there's a little section in the middle of the screen there at the minute where I've just looked at the back with the binos, and it's all rock face all the way around there, and it looks like a bit of a sharp drop off to actually get to it. So I'm going to take a choice now, and I'm going to go along the top to there. So I've come inland and picked up this, looks like a quad track actually, which is a bit strange. So I'm going to follow it all the way up to that summit, and that summit is a set of lochans. So it'd be a good place for you to have a swim in, maybe myself even. And then we've got a straight line down to the beach after that. So just plodding along up here. It's not too hard going, it's quite easy as you can see, but obviously I'm gaining height, so it's a little bit strenuous underfoot. That's the lochan. Ollie's down there already. So there's another set of mountain goats I noticed on the when I was coming over the lochan there, and they're still here. There's loads of them. Stay there, so. There they are, going along the bank side there now. They're mountain goats, Jimmy. There's a good lad. Good lad. There's a red deer and some goats with its kids here as well. 2 kids, a goat and a red deer. A nice little family of them. They're off. So I've been up to the lochans, done the hill climbing, and I've come down to this fabulous view down here. Look at the maps there, the contour lines are showing I can get round. So I'm going to head down to this beach area back down here now, and hopefully I can get round. It looks like I can according to the map, so I'm going to hopefully skirt around the outside of there and come to this lovely bay that's down there. There's 2 bays. I'm not gonna push on today to Cheyenne Bay. I thought it was about 6 miles to this. I think it's Corpach, if I'm pronouncing it right. I think I've done about 8-9 miles now, so it's going to be more like 11 miles by the time I get down there. I think just all the contours you have to cover around. So I'm going to head down here and find myself a nice camp spot, and we'll see how things pan out, and I'll catch you shortly. Another one paid the price. So where Ollie's standing, that's a good example of a raised beach. I'm no geologist, but I read a little bit about them before I came away, so I'd understand what they were all about. These raised beaches were formed when the ice cap was there, and then it melted. The sea levels rose temporarily, and also there was apparently a bit of an upwelling of the land at the same time, or just shortly after, I think it was. Don't take my word for gospel and read about it yourself, but that's a good example of what's a raised beach. There's 2 little patches there. They've been part of the sea at one point, and they were good couple of 100 metres away from the tide line now, at least a couple of 100 metres away, and probably about 20 or 30 metres higher than the actual spring tide line. And it's quite incredible that you think the sea level used to be this high years ago. I'm just looking at the contour lines. I think it's about 35 metres above sea level. This the west coast of Jura has some of the best examples in the whole world of raised beaches. So I'll just walk over here and show you how high it is against the actual sea level, but according to the contour lines it's about 35 metres up. But like you see, it's quite incredible that the sea level was once this high, flashing waves in at this height, and all that would have been beneath the ground. There's the actual beach now down there, so it's a good example of it. There's the actual beach. You could argue that was sort of raised, but it's more likely to be more recent. This one here is well above the sea level. For a place to camp now, and I have to say, this one's tempting. This place here, it's like a bowling green, this grass, but I'm headed for 1 or 2 of these beaches here. This one looks magnificent, and the other one, believe it or not, it's actually better than that one. Not that there's anything wrong with that one. I'm going to check this one out first, then go to the one about a kilometre further round, and I think that one might be slightly better. I think it could be hopefully my idea of heaven. We'll see when we get there. Sand. I love the beach. What a beautiful spot. I'd be hard pushed if I didn't enjoy it here, but I'm going to go along to the next one and see what that one's like as well. One word for that, magnificent. That is my idea of heaven. Looks absolutely fabulous, this place. It's got a waterfall running into it. It's got some lovely features, little pointy bits of rocks and stuff. Looks like beautiful lawn grass and powder white sanded beaches. I don't think it gets any better than that. I think I found me spot where I want to be. I think I have so many places. I'm going to run out of superlatives shortly on this beach. It's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. As you can see, I'm over the Moonwood. Look at that, perfect drinking water in there for you. So plenty water coming out of there, nice and fresh. Absolutely stunning. What do you reckon? Eh? What do you reckon? There's loads of spots. It's like bowling green grass, flat spots all over. It's like take your pick here. I don't know which one I'm going to have. Which one do you want, son? Which one do you want? I think a little bit further to the sand, son. I think a little bit further to the sand. That can be the spot. That one there. What do you think of that? I think it's pretty decent. That's me look. Out. Bowling green. Well, you see, I chose my campsite. Absolutely unbelievable. It's probably one of the best campsites I've stayed on in my life. I've been to some good campsites, believe me. And it's got everything, this place. It's got beauty, solitude. There's a waterfall over there for water. It's absolutely magnificent. I cannot say anything else about it. It's just, I'm probably the happiest bloke in Scotland at the moment. Absolutely unbelievable. This place here. There's the sun just setting there now, just behind us. I mean, Howie doesn't get much better than that. So I'm going to get me dinner now. I've flown the drone, so I'll be able to show you that footage. I might have already done so. Today's been a fantastic walk. Really enjoyed it. It was tougher than I thought. I didn't get to that Cheyenne Bay, which I was planning to get to. That was, on my reckoning, was about 12 miles. But all the hills and the holes and the bits of contours you need to go around, it was actually, I think I clocked up 10 miles to get to here, so it would have been a bit too much to get to there today. I just want to enjoy myself anyway. So I'm going to have another leisurely day tomorrow, camp one more night, and then head back to my van. So, but I've had a fabulous time on this trip so far. Just today's just topped it off and just getting better and better. So absolutely delighted with what I'm seeing at the moment. But the little lad's tired. He's done a hard shift today, going across all those raised beaches and stuff. Absolutely spectacular. I'm going to leave you with this sunset now, and going to get me dinner, get some water, get me little lad tucked in, and I'll catch you in the morning.
So what a night I had on this magnificent beach, and I woke up on day 4 with a certain reluctance to leave, but I needn't have worried. This whole journey on Jura has been absolutely fabulous, and this day would be no different. Loads of caves, loads of natural arches.
I wonder who lives in a house like this. Somebody's little workshop.
Full of stunning vistas and fantastic raised beaches. Majestic pools and waterfalls to cool off in. There was more stunning beaches where I'd meet the only human on my whole journey.
So I came across another human. Thanks pal, lovely to meet you.
And there was any amount of wildlife, dead and alive.
There's a little bit of a smell going on, and I know what it is.
And the final part of this fantastic day's hiking was topped off with a spectacular cliff-top campsite on the most westerly point of North Jura. So after I got this day done, I really was running out of superlatives for this fantastic island.
So I'm said yesterday, I'm starting to run out of superlatives for this place. It's absolutely amazing. Don't want to leave this beach, but I've got to push on a bit this morning and get down to Loch Tarbert point is me aim today. I'm not sure how far it's going to be based off yesterday, but it looks to be 10-12 miles, something like that possibly. I'm going to go past a nice Cheyenne beach hopefully on the way. I think that's about 4 or 5 miles down, about halfway around it is. So I'm not going to stay there tonight unless the temptation draws. I'm going to stay a bit further around. The issue I've got is I'm mindful of me flat tyre I've got. Although the guy's going to repair it for us on Monday, I've got to be off the island early on Tuesday morning to catch the ferry from Islay back to the mainland. So I'm best off getting a little bit further down this afternoon, and then I'll go a shortish walk back to my van, and hopefully I can get my tyre blown up and then get out of that Loch Tarbert area and back onto the mainstream road, and hopefully get my tyre repaired on sometime on Monday and get off the island on Monday afternoon, ready for the ferry on Tuesday. But so that's my plan at the minute. So I'm going to crack on now and see what this day brings, and like I say, I don't want to leave this place, but I'm sure there's many more places to come in the future and on this particular journey. So I'll catch you later.
Come on then, son. Come on.
Another natural arch stroke cave here. Nice big place. Wonder who lives in a house like this. This looks like the escape route Can I go any further round than that? I'm going to scramble up. Looks straightforward enough, just up that slab and then round the corner at the top. Straightforward exit. Like a little set of stairs coming up, nice little slab. So I think I'll call that the stairway to heaven. I actually saw that what looks like a crack from here. I saw it in an article I was reading about this place. It looks like a wall from here. It's actually a previous crack in the earth, and then there's been a volcanic lava, I suppose, has filled it up, and then the erosion over the years has eroded away the softer stuff and left that the hard stuff's being left. Another good example of a raised beach. So we've got to follow these deer tracks down here, and apparently, according to the map, there's a natural arch down here, so hoping to get a nice glimpse of that shortly. So this is that natural arch. I just walked over the top of there to come down, and right beneath my feet. Somebody's built a little shed or something, or a little pen or something for keeping something in. Looking at it, I doubt it's being used to shore the rock up. Proper little place this has been. Somebody's took the effort to build some structure. Somebody's little workshop. Another good example of a raised beach. Another magnificent spot. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, what a place. I've got a friend, Clyde, who loves waterfalls. He's a good pal of mine, so this one's for you, Clyde. Woo! Hope you enjoyed that one, Clyde. I think he's a bit tired now, aren't you, son? I think he's a bit tired, aren't you? Yeah, are you a bit tired? First views of the Paps of Jura. Good boy. This gives you an idea of the scale of the horns and the scale of the size of the horns on these wild goats out here. so I came across another human. He's a guy from Holtwhistle, call him Philip, and he's pack rafted all the way around here. There's his pack raft there on the beach. Nice fella.
He's having a great time.
Ah, he is. Now he's found another human. Ah, that's a nice little thing though.
Made it myself.
Did you?
Yeah, it's called Iron Raft,
Ah.
and it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Weighs about £6. You're carrying that anyway for your camping, and it just insulates you from the cold sea. You need to invest in a decent carbon fibre powder. It's that heavy. A rigged and ready rod, which is extremely versatile. I've caught hundreds of trout on it in the hills last week, and then you can shorten it and catch pollock. Had a mackerel for tea last night, and a waterproof backpack. Basically weld these seams with heat
What with an iron?
with a very small iron little guy.
Right.
I've made 2.
Ideal. He's packed off from there now, so I've given him some supplies, and he's on his merry way now, so I'm going to give him his phone back and watch him sail off into the sunset. Ideal little thing this, though. He's got his horns in. He's got about 6. Hasn't he, Ollie? He's got about 6, this fella.
It's fine until I have to hike out of here.
He's got his little fishing rod. He has only caught 1 mackerel. He's bait up all the lochs.
100 trout. Coming.
Thanks, pal. Lovely to meet you. He's off. He's off. Oh yeah. Very glamorous. You'd have seen I've bumped into somebody. It's the first person I've seen on the whole journey since leaving Barhnill. And he's a lovely fella. He's from Holtwhistle, which is not far from where I live. And he's out here on an adventure the same as I am. And what a lovely guy. And I've given him, he's running short of supplies, so I've given him what I had, and he got his phone charged up as well. His battery was down to about 15%. I've managed to get it up to 85% with me making my solar panel charger while I've been yapping on with him. But what a lovely bloke. So that was Cheyenne Beer. Lovely place to camp if it came in the right time, but I need to push on a bit further. It's got a nice stream running, as you can see as well. Come inland a little bit, just full of red deer and goats all over. So there's on the side of that mountain there, that hill. You can see them sitting on the top, and there's also a line of them coming on up the side as well. Straight ahead, just beyond that raised beach, there's a load of deer there as well, sitting grazing. And then over here, there's a little rock sticking out. There's 2 wild goats sitting on the top of there. Amazing. And there's another herd running up the side there. Loads of wildlife around here. So I've just walked up here, and I'm getting the first real proper glimpse of Islay. So that's straight ahead at the moment on the headland. That's where I went last year, if you recall. And we walked round that northern western tip there, where you can just see where the little lumps are on the end there. That's where John and I, where the big lump, that's where Orwell lighthouse is. And then if you go further to the right, Barhnill peninsula there sticking out, and the sand dunes right on the tip there, that's Barhnill Point. I'm on a bit of a highway here. Mog tracks, I think you call them mogs. According to Philip, the gillies use them to drag the deer in and out. There's lots of these lochs on the route round, especially when you go off more inland. Philip again, he was telling us he's got his fishing rod there, and he's only caught 1 mackerel, he says, because it's too shallow. He's been up over the top of there where it's just full of lochs up there, and lochans, and he reckons there's plenty of trout in. More examples of raised beaches above this headland again. So that little jutty out bit is pretty much where I'm headed. I'm looking for water at the minute, and there's a stream out the back there, and come across this nice little crack, so investigate what this is all about. I think there might be water source up here. I think it could be coming from here, because it's like quite dry down there. It's got water in it, but I can't say anything else where it's coming from. Oh, here it is. Look at that. So I got myself a good 3 litres. That's what you call the good stuff. There's a little bit of a smell going on, and I know what it is. This stag here that's copped it, but that's how it's dead, this one. But nice antlers on it actually. So this place up here is looks like where that little bears I've identified on the map. I'm hoping it's going to be a decent place to camp, but I am concerned about the lack of wind tonight as well. If there's a lack of wind, you get infested with midges. Even though it's only middle of May, late May, they're still starting to come out, and not as bad as July and August, but I don't really want to spoil my night with them, so I might end up on that point yet further over there, which is the furthest most westerly point on the northern part of Jura. So if there's going to be any breeze, it's going to be on that little spot there, so that might be a wise move tonight. We'll see what this beach is like first, and I can decide. I don't want to get too close because there's a couple of Barhnill geese. A couple just took off, and there's a couple there with some chicks as well, so I don't want to bother them too much. They're just wandering about there as if there's nothing going on, but they've got the little chicks next to them. There they are, just running after the mother. Well, that bear's not where it's supposed to be. According to the map, it's sand. It's got some sand on it. I don't see any sand there, so I'm going to have to walk all the way back out of here now, up that little crack there, get across the tops of these and see what that point brings. This track here is taking us to the point, but it's also taking us, which is just short of the point, to Ruintallain Bothy. There's 2 bothies on the way around this Loch Tarbert, and this is the first one, the most westerly one, and there's another one I'll pass tomorrow, but it might be a good option for us tonight. There's no wind up. I don't really want to get stuck with midges in my tent. As long as it's suitable, this bothy, and the location's nice, I think I could be staying there, and it's a good place for my little lad to rest his legs and all. The main bothy, where the water's running too. Big place. See if there's anybody in. This isn't it, this is the old shed. It's locked, so that's not good. Might be a little bit on the corner or something. This looks like more like it could be. Little shed there. Doesn't look like I can get in. Definitely boarded. It's going to be a nice sunset again. Seems to be a typical thing this week, that not often you get that every night of the week, but today it's been a lovely day today again. Seen some really interesting stuff, met an interesting bloke as well, in Philip from Whistle, so I enjoyed having a bit crap with him, and he's headed off in his travels, now I'm on mine. But I've got my tent up now. I've obviously I couldn't get in the bothy, and that was locked, so I've come to this point here, just flown my drone around. Nice spot. It's quite a bit breezy as well, so the midges are okay. I think it wouldn't have been the same if I'd been down there, so I think I've took the right choice. So I'm just going to admire this sunset now, and tomorrow will be my last trekking day at least. So my plan tomorrow would be to just trek back along Loch Tarbert, which is this loch here, I think it'll be about 12 mile or something back to my van. Then obviously I've got to sort my puncture situation out, but I'll get that sorted out. And so I'm gonna have my bait now and enjoy this sunset, and I'll catch you in the morning. Last of the whiskey. A little bit chorizo in, and warm that up a bit with a little bit of water. See how hot it is. That's the hobo stove. Get a bit juices out of the chorizo, gives us a bit of flavour, and then got my pasta sauce, and that's all I've got left, to be honest with you. A bit noodles and porridge for the morning, and a little bit dog food left for Ollie, and that's about it. I hope you enjoy this sunset.
Our final day walking up Loch Tarbert was a surprisingly difficult day, in more ways than one. The first part of the journey was the typical Jura I know, full of caves, caverns and beautiful beaches.
Nice view with the paps in front. Come on, son. Come on.
Along the way, we also called in at our third and final bothy.
That's a lovely bothy.
But the second part of the journey got a lot harder. No day tracks here, just rough open moorland.
Spotted in all lumps and bumps all the way up. Kind of get your cutting like that. Nearly through it now. Oh, it's been a tough day today.
But when we finally got to the van at Loch Tarbert, and I started to reflect on what a fantastic journey Ollie and I just had, then the realisation came that this was most probably going to be my last journey with Ollie. That thought hit me like a ton of bricks, and the tears started to flood.
I'm a proper softy at heart, mate. I just love that little one.
So this day, as is the whole journey on Jura, our final journey together.
So good morning and welcome to my final day of me trek around Jura. Had a good night last night and hope you all enjoyed that fantastic sunset that we had. That was magnificent, that one last night. Nice cirrus cloud formation. And this morning I woke up and I was actually tricked with a pod of dolphins swimming past, so I got a little bit of footage of that, but I think it's in the distance mainly. But they were nice to see. And then a little bit drama this morning also. I woke up with a tick on my toe, on my big left toe, and luckily for me I had a tick twister, so I was able to get that off this morning. But the little suckers that take every opportunity they can, I've worn a set of gaiters the whole of the trip. I've obviously had me socks off, drying my feet out, and put my Crocs on, and I've been sitting and it's still getting in between my Crocs and lashed itself on, but I'm getting off this morning, so that's fine. But so this morning we're on about a 10-12 mile journey, I think, around this Loch Tarbert here where I'm at now. So I'm going to sort of run up this coast. This is Loch Tarbert. This is the big crack that runs through and it virtually cuts Jura in half. My van's at the end of this loch, so I'm hoping I can get there in reasonable time today and get a bit luxury for me and Ollie. We deserve that after sleeping in a tent most of the time. I'm going to crack on now and get part of this journey done, and I'll catch you shortly. So there's the paps over there. I'm just filming this enormous raised beach. It goes right up to there where Ollie's sitting having a look over. He's knackered now. The easier route I can get for him, the better. So we've just come down to, I think it's Orwell Caves is down here, and there's a little beach I want to go and look at. Nice view with the paps in front. And it looks like a nice beach right in front of them as well. Maybe Jura Part 2 might be an option for that one. I'm definitely planning on coming back here and getting that southern side done. That's a big cave. It was right back. Right back. Come across a couple of these all-terrain vehicles. I'm assuming it's for the local gillies who stay at Ruintallain Bothy. But they're a lovely vehicle there. You can imagine why they would use them around here to get over all the bogs and stuff. So there's that little seat that somebody's made. I'm assuming for the gillies to sit on. It's a lovely spot. I'll see why they want to sit here. Can I get vexed with that? How do you? Sitting having your dinner. Come on, son. Come on.
Well camouflaged.
More red deer. So I've decided to follow this morgue track. No doubt off them 8-wheel vehicles these. So that's the direction I've come from, and I'm heading up here. This takes us directly to straight across the land, misses the coast out a little bit, and it brings us out more or less at that Cruib Bothy, which is going to cut quite a bit off the journey, and it's a lot faster as well. So all these tired legs, and I want to get them back to the van as quick as I can. That's nice and cool for you. Good boy. come across this towards Cruib Bothy, and I'm a bit off the track, and it's a bit really tussock. It's a nightmare. That's what it is, all lumps and bumps all the way. You kind of get your cutting like that. It's nearly through it now. Oh. So that's Cruib Bothy. It's got a lovely set, and I tell you what, it's a nice building and all. Let's go and have a look at it. It's a lovely bothy. Fire pit for people who want to have a fire on at night time. Nice outlook. Let's have a look, see what's inside. Oh, lovely. So this is a single room by itself. Plenty of sticks. Nice and tidy. Really nice table, nice sleeping area. Somebody's left a mat. And you come back out of here, I think there's another room. A separate room, which this one's a nice one as well. Nice fireplace. Nice stone wall, plenty seating, plenty glass, plenty light. That's unusual for a bothy to get light like that. It's really airy in here. Not be long forward, back to the van now. So I think about 3 or 4 miles then we're there. So Ollie's knackered at the moment. And I'm not so good myself. So I've had to come over that land there from the bothy, which is over there in the corner. What a nightmare. Tussock grass all over the place, just big holes all over. Absolute nightmare of a place. There's a good lad. Are you knackered, son? Are you knackered? I think you're knackered. Go and get yourself a swim. There's a good lad. So there's a site for sore legs. Just got to negotiate our way around this estuary now. I'll have the comfort of the van. Long now, son. We're nearly home. We're nearly there, son. We're nearly there. You perk yourself up a bit. So just about around the estuary now, and well, it's been a tough day today. It's been especially after that bothy. Very little deer tracks to pick up on. So we've just come over a lot of tussock grass and stuff. Just took ages tiring as well. Drains you. Ollie's knackered as well. He's knackered now. I'm not sure this will be the last long distance trip I'll do with him, which is a bit of a shame for me. We do. Get a bit emotional. He'll do do 2-day trips, I think. He's struggled a day. But police out together, Michael. He struggled a day. But he's done well, hasn't he, son? He's done well. Getting over this mud flat, it seems to be better for him now with this I'm a proper softie at heart, mate. I just love that little lad. He's 11-year-old, but I think he's I think it's at the end of those journeys for him. With me anyway. I'll just take the shorter ones. Just to save his legs, so he's like, it's a bit of adventure. Never mind. Anyway, I'm a bit emotional, as you can see, but it's been a hell of a trip, and I'm just sad that Ollie, you stay in the van? You stay in the van? Go on then. Go on, get yourself a weight to it. And get yourself a nice lie down in there, son. Very good lad, hobbling along. You've done well though. You can't get yourself a bit emotional. But it's only because I love him a bit. Is this our van? Is it? Yeah? Are you happy?
Ah, my lovely little lad. But I think that'll be our last journey together.
I think he's a bit tired now, aren't you, son? I think he's a bit tired, aren't you? Are you a bit tired? Come on, get in. Get in. Go on. Good lad. Not to be on anyway, your dad. Yeah, how are you? How are them something? Come on then. Good boy.
Having a great time.
Ah, he is. Now he's found another human. So thanks for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed the film as much as Ollie and I did. And there'll be many more adventures to come. I'm thinking about Colonsay, I think, next year, or certainly the south tip of the southern part of Jura. So keep your eyes peeled for those ones if you've enjoyed this one, and I'll catch up with you later. Thanks for watching.
My journeys go on. It'll just be a little bit different now. We'll just stick to the shorter ones, son.